What's up, everybody? Topic of the day. Should obesity be glorified? We're seeing a lot of this lately in the PC culture community that we're living in. And I understand the desire to make everyone feel good about themselves, so no one feels neglected or ostracized or on the outside of the community. But at the same time, we have a special responsibility to be honest, to be open, to truly be loving to our fellow neighbor. Now, I point very specifically to a recent Yahoo article in which they call Hunter McGrady the curviest model ever, and they go on to applaud her for being fearless in posting photos of herself with cellulite and sharing her message of body positivity. Now, I want to be clear. What I'm talking about today has nothing to do with Hunter McGrady, the person. I've gone through Hunter's Instagram page for the best of my ability to research someone I've never met before. And she does not appear to want to label herself as a curvy model, as a plus size model. She simply wants to be known and respected as a model on her own merits. I love that. I think it's great. And Hunter McGrady is a beautiful woman and deserves the ability to simply stand alongside of every other model on the runway. Where I have a major issue is the PC culture, is the media taking someone, to be fair, who is an obese individual. And I don't call Hunter McGrady obese out of snarkiness or to be nasty. I call Hunter McGrady obese because, clinically speaking, from a medical perspective, using the factual data at hand, Hunter McGrady is obese. As we can see, I've run Hunter McGrady's body mass through two calculators. One calculator was the center of the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, and the other calculator was through the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, the NIH. You can see in this video, I've posted them, exact screenshots from these exact sites. You can simply type in BMI calculator and you can see these also. What we noticed is that Hunter McGrady had a BMI in excess of 30. Clinically speaking, that is considered to be an obese individual. Okay? This has nothing to do with personal opinion. Clinically speaking, Hunter McGrady is an obese human who happens to have a job as a model. You can be an obese human and be a fireman. You can be a stockbroker. You can be a barista. You can be unemployed. You can be a college student. Obesity is a health definition. And as a result of that, we further go on to highlight what the possible health impacts are of obesity. And what we can see, the associated problems. Now, this comes from Cedars-Sinai, okay? Everything I'm using in this conversation with you comes from medical sources, licensed medical institutions, some of the highest, most respected institutions on the planet are the three that I chose to disseminate this information. Now, from Cedars-Sinai's own site, associated problems with the BMI over 33. Overweight and obese individuals at this BMI are at increased risk for many diseases and health conditions, including the following: a 27% increase in hypertension, a 60% increase in dyslipidemia, a 41% increase in high LDL cholesterol. That's a bad one. I mean, this is all bad. A 28% increase in lowered HDL. So a 41% increase in bad cholesterol and a 28% increase, or I should say decrease, in the good cholesterol. 33% increase in higher levels of triglyceride. 12% increase in gallbladder disease. 90% increase in type 2 diabetes, 21% increase in coronary heart disease, 22% increase in stroke, 40% increase in osteoarthritis, 78% increase in sleep apnea, and an 18% increase in some types of cancer. This comes from Cedars-Sinai. This is someone who has a 33% or a BMI, of 33 or greater, as Hunter McGrady does. So my problem is media using individuals such as Hunter McGrady, and instead of saying, wow, look at how great this photo is of this professional model, they don't. They spin it to then talk about the curviest model ever. Hunter McGrady posts fearless swimsuit photo. Cellulite is cool too. Now that's just pandering. That's just pandering. That is completely dismissing a very serious health issue. You just break down the BMI. 5'11", 238 pounds. Hunter stats, if they're accurate, they appear to be accurate. Close enough, I'm sure. I'm sure sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little bit lower. But what the internet says, she's 5'11", 238 pounds. And that puts her at, let me go back here so I have it in front of me. 33.2 is her BMI. 33.2. And guys and gals, that's not good. That's not good. Now, the CDC goes on to say anyone who's overweight should try to avoid gaining additional weight. Additionally, if you are overweight with other risk factors such as high LDL, low LDL, or low HDL, or high blood pressure, you should try to lose weight. Even a small weight loss, just 10% of your current weight, may help lower the risk of disease. Now, in Hunter's case, 10% is 23 pounds. It's a lot of weight. Excuse me, that's not insignificant. So, now, as I talk to you, remember, I was once 282 pounds. I've lost over 100 pounds myself. And when I was 282 pounds in my mid-20s, I suffered from sleep apnea. I suffered from high blood pressure. I suffered from all the same issues these great validated medical resources were saying you suffer from if you have body mass indexes at certain levels, using that medical criteria. So we know, factually speaking, obesity is dangerous. Your medical doctor will tell you, you must change your lifestyle and start losing weight. It doesn't devalue you as a human. It doesn't mean you're not attractive. It doesn't mean you're not worthy. It simply means you're at risk for a medical condition. That's all it means. It's like if you have a torn ACL, your doctor's going to say, hey, you can't go sprinting down the field. We got to fix the ACL. It's the same thing with high levels of BMI and obesity, overweight, obesity, morbid obesity. This is not something to applaud. And shame on the media for constantly conflating these issues for clicks. Knowing exactly what they're doing. They're polarizing the population, making it heavy people versus light people, fat people versus skinny people, fit people versus non-fit people, whatever, however they want to polarize the populations, they will do that simply to get clicks. But you and I, we know better. And this conversation is to bring attention to the media population, to the headlines, to the clickbait articles, the way they spin this content, simply to gain traction at the expense. They're not applauding Hunter in this. They're not applauding her. They're using her. They're using her as a tool for clicks. That's all they're doing here. And shame on them for doing so. That's all I have to say about that. What do you think? I want to hear what you think. Leave your comments below. We can have deeper discussions in the comment section. And until next time, boom.